Hi, my name's Craig Cooney. I'm the minister of a church called Core here in Dublin, and I just want to share really briefly the huge impact Summer Madness has had on my life. I first went in 1990. I was 14 years old, and I hadn't been brought up in church. I didn't go to many things to do with God, but my brother had been at Summer Madness the year before, and he told me two things. The first one was it was really good crack, and the second thing was that the talent was good, and when you're 14 years old and have hormones bouncing off the walls, that's all you need to hear. So I signed up immediately for Summer Madness, and for the first 3 or 4 days I ran wild. It was the last year it was ever in Castle Archdale in Fermanagh, and if you remember, those of you who are old like John, it was just a mudslide, and I ran wild, pulling down tents and just getting up to mischief. But then on the last night, I found myself in the big top at the worship event, and as we were singing a song called I Am Persuaded, I Do Believe, I began to cry uncontrollably. I began to shake uncontrollably, and this happened for about 3 or 4 hours, and my youth leader, Keith Neal, came over and he said, "Craig, what's wrong?" And through sobs and through snots, I said, "Keith, I need to be a Christian." And Keith, in his own way, said, "Well, what are you crying for?" And he prayed with me to commit my life to Christ, and that was, 23 years ago now. And I'd love to say I haven't stumbled and fallen, but God has been faithful. So that's the first way that Summer Madness played a huge impact on my life. The second way was it was the first place that maybe 7 years ago I first set eyes on the girl I'm now married to, the beautiful Becky. I was in the Leaders Cafe, and there was a girl working behind the counter with long curly hair, all the way down her back. She had none on her head, but it was all the way down her back. And no, she was beautiful, and I remember thinking, who is that beautiful girl with the long curly blonde hair? And it took me another year or so to find out. I stalked her for a while, but I found out that her name was Becky, and I Bebo stalked her. Bebo was before Facebook, for those of you who are over or under 20. I stalked her for a while, and eventually we went out on our first date, and then 3 months later I proposed. Don't do that, anyone. And that's where I first met my wife, and so the two most significant meetings I've ever had in my life, with Jesus and with Becky, both happened at Summer Madness. John asked me which one was the most significant. It depends who's asking. If my wife asks me, it was probably her. If Jesus asks me, it was definitely him. But I thank God so much for Summer Madness. I thank God for John and your team, for all the hard work you've done, for all the faithfulness you've shown over the years. And I pray that God will bless you with another 25 years. I know John would be 107 by then. But may God bless you, because I know you've made a huge impact on my life and thousands others like me. So happy birthday, Summer Madness, and hopefully see you soon. God bless. Bye.